Y'all, it's Tara here. I'm going to show you guys a super quick and easy pasta dish that we often have for dinner when it's kind of late, last minute, and since today is Wednesday and most of us have kids running in different directions and church, so this one's quick. You can throw it together really fast and you have dinner. All right, so what we're going to go ahead and start with first is boiling our water, obviously. And add a little salt to that. And then we're doing gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free right now. So my kids have found, that pop filler fills up fast. Just have to watch it. This brand they like, but my husband is not liking rice right now. So his body has reacted different to that, so he doesn't really like to eat the rice. And since this one is a brown rice one, for him, after I boil this one takes less, so then we will cook this one for him. And it just takes like 2 minutes. It's a really fast one. So let me go ahead and throw the noodles in. And these ones my kids like because they taste like real pasta. And when I say real, they haven't had white pasta like hardly ever in their life. We've always used to do, whole wheat pasta. So we switched to, when we gluten-free, to the brown rice. And that brand is really good and tastes good and not too rubbery like. And then we also started eliminating pork from our diet. So we are going to turkey bacon. My family loves bacon. So we do turkey bacon. My favorite brand, but it wasn't thawed out, it was in the freezer still, is this Applegate. It's more whole and organic and whatnot. But what I happen to have in the fridge is just from Kroger's. So not perfect. Sometimes we don't eat as clean as other days. It happens. But it's a better alternative than bacon. I know bacon's delicious and we love it. But my kids have gotten excited about the turkey bacon now, and they actually like it better, so it works. And so I'm glad about that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in a pan and give that a second. It like clicks, and then it'll come on. There we go. All right. And then for time's sake, I would like to cook most of it in the pan. But when we're rushed on time, I'll cook the rest. You can't see it, I'm over here, on a griddle, so you can fit more of the bacon on and get it done faster. But I still like some of the flavor on the rest of the vegetables for later. Alright, so while that's getting started, then we'll go ahead and I like a smaller sized onion. My kids, when I send them when they're at the grocery store with me, I'll be like, oh, go get an onion. And they like to get the biggest onion possible, like this big, as big as my head. And I'll be like, that's too much. Like, I don't need that much onion. We like onion, but not that much. So I kind of like a small, medium sized. I feel like that's good for most dishes. So we're just gonna chop that up. And then hope it's not one that's too strong that makes your eyes fry, right? That's the most annoying thing ever. I love when my kids get in here and then they can't see. Neither one of us can cut up anything. And it doesn't have to be super fine. It's preference. But we love onion and put onion almost in every dish that we make. It gives good flavor. All right, let's check on this turkey bacon. As soon as it's done, we can throw the onion. We'll turn that up higher so it'll hurry. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of a speed cooker. I know some people say you shouldn't do that on some things, but I'm kind of last minute often with our dinners, so anytime I can cook something quick and easy, I do. The ones on the griddle are cooking way faster. All right, so for the onion, I just kind of chopped it, you know, normal consistency there. All right, so next I'll get some garlic. And that's another thing. We love a ton of garlic. I feel like you can't overdo any dish with garlic, to be honest. Jack's just walked in. They are doing school outside this morning since the weather's nice right now. Huh, Jax?
Yeah. It's really lovely.
That was funny. That was his way of trying to be quick. All right. So probably I would do like 4 pieces of garlic. Now, just so you know, I'm not a chef, not a professional here at all. Totally just a mom, cooks dinner, and married to a chiropractor. So we tend to eat healthier and cleaner just because of his profession and knowledge that he has. So I'm not one to be like, oh, I know that this causes this. I don't. I just know. And that's kind of our lifestyle. And we're always trying to eat cleaner and better each day. We're not perfect at it. All right. All right, let's cut up these. Now you can use a mincer for the garlic. I just don't, because, to be honest, it's an extra thing I have to clean, and that's not something I like to do. I'd rather cook than clean. So I just chop it up as fine as I can with the knife. I'm good with that. But if you want to use one, I do have a garlic little mincer press thing, and I use it on certain dishes, but most of the time I just chop it up as fine as I can. All right. Okay. That is done. You know what? Let's see. I lost my thingies. Oh, there they are. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I misplace everything. My kids are always like, I'm like, where's my phone? I can't find it. And they'll be like, Mom, it's right here. So I do the same thing in the kitchen, misplaced. Okay, so the ones on the griddle are just about done. I know you can't see them, darn it. Give these ones like 1 more minute. All right, so while the turkey bacon in the pan finishes, and then we'll put the onion and garlic in there. So after that, I will add portobello mushrooms. I like mushrooms. My kids, but I figure the more I can get them to eat healthier, the better. So just baby portobello, nothing fancy. Now I know you're supposed to like get a paper towel wet and wipe them down. Like I said, I'm quick and fast in the kitchen. So I just, so I'm gonna get a pan down for the now for this, I'll add a little bit of, now you can do either way, olive oil or avocado oil. We use both, and I know they say you should use avocado at higher heat. Whatever. Like I said, I'm not a professional. So I'm gonna throw in the onion first. And then see, here's the garlic that it's just, you see it? Kind of, not even finely chopped, I would say, but it works. All right, let me get those just rest of the turkey bacon off. All right, so we kind of like our turkey bacon a little bit brown. Let me see. Show you a piece there. So it's like, you know, that looks real attractive, right? I know regular bacon looks better, but it's healthier. All right, so let me get this onion sauteing. A little bit of the flavor that the bacon was stuck to the pan on. And then I will add garlic to that. All right, so now we'll go ahead and chop up our onions. Now I always cut, the mushroom. I always cut the last little bit of the stem off, not all of it, but just part of it. And I kind of do either way, either slice them or sometimes I dice them up. I'll probably dice them because then my kids aren't so much like, oh, there's onion. Or mushroom. I keep saying onion. Mushroom. They don't see it so much when it's smaller pieces. So I'll do that. Now, what I like about this dish is it's literally, sorry, my hair's in my face. Whatever I happen to have in the fridge, like, and this is what I happen to have. Sometimes this dish varies between, if I don't have mushrooms, I'm not going to go buy them for it because it's kind of like a, oh no, we have dinner and what should I make real fast? And since pasta doesn't take too long to make, I can quickly just whip something together, throw whatever random vegetables. Sometimes they're the vegetables that are about to go bad in the fridge, which, to be honest, that is my sad Brussels sprouts. They are starting to like wilt. So I'm going to throw those in there so I don't waste them. I can add those. Let's get these diced up real quick. And you can put as many as little as the mushrooms. This is nice about this dish. It's kind of like you can't screw it up. It's just whatever you want. Just throw it in there, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It doesn't need to be exact measurements, which is so nice. All right, so here are the mushrooms. Yeah, that'll work. All right, we're gonna throw them in the pan along with the onions and garlic. Get those started. What's also nice about this dish is typically I do all the turkey bacon in one pan, but for time's sake I used the griddle today. So it's almost like a two-pan dish because you just need to cook the pasta and then everything else can go in the other pan to cook together, which makes cleanup super easy, which my kids like. When they were younger, I did all the cleanup, you know. Now that they're older, we have a rotation where whoever cooks does have to clean, since that's usually me. But no, my kids do like to cook. I shouldn't say that they don't, because they do like to cook. And then the other ones, they rotate like doing dishes, so that way they can all learn how to help out and do the different parts of the kitchen. All right, so I do have these Brussels sprouts, like I said, that are starting to go bad. You can see, they're wilted. And I know some people don't like Brussels sprouts. It's fine. You can add broccoli if you like broccoli. My family is loving broccolini right now. It's like broccoli but thinner. It's not so bushy tree-like. They really like that. And so then, what else could you add? You know, asparagus, whatever, zucchini, squash, whatever you have. Just what's nice about this is kind of like as many vegetables as you can throw in that you have. And sometimes I just throw in, I have like a vegetable melody, a frozen bag in the freezer, and I just throw that in too. Whatever's in there. Carrots would be great. I just happen to be out of carrots, so we won't be doing any carrots. That would be pretty to give it a pop of the orange color, but it's light. It's all good. Like I said, it's just kind of whatever I have in the fridge is what I throw in here. Now, I'm sorry, I should show you. To cut the Brussels sprouts, you're just going to cut them in half. So, like that. And then, see, 2 little halves now. And then you just peel that yucky old leaf. it's like a little cabbage head, right? Off, and so then it's just fresh underneath, just like you do with lettuce, right? You cut off the old part, soft part, and I'm just gonna do a handful of them in there, which would probably be like, I don't know, 6 to 8 Brussels sprouts, you know, total. So that'll give me 12 because they're cut in half. Not a ton. My kids, they're still learning to love Brussels sprouts. Now my daughter, Bella, does like them. My other kids, I wouldn't say they love them, but, you know, I figure the more I give it to them, the more they'll eventually like it. All right. All right, we'll throw these in there. Oh, I got an empty piece of lettuce. So see, just, okay. Throw these in the pan. Let things start getting soft. I might go ahead and add 2 more Brussels sprouts in there just because it looks like there's not enough green in there yet. So I've never done one of these Facebook Lives. We'll see how this works out. A new experience. Sometimes it's fun to try something new. But I thought it'd be good to share how we eat in our house with you guys. All right. Yeah, that's enough. So I'll show you the onions, the mushrooms are starting to get soft, and the garlic, and then there's so see, there's enough green in there now. Not too much that my kids just see green, but just enough. So it's not too much. All right. And then, like I said, it's kind of whatever I happen to have. So I have artichokes. Like I said, just whatever vegetables I can throw in. I have artichoke hearts. So I'm going to open this can, drain it, throw these in there. And not all, I'll just use a handful of them. And I'm not going to throw them, I'm going to cut them because they're already quartered. So they come like, can y'all see, just little pieces. So I just kind of cut them up a little bit more, so they're not such big pieces in there. So kind of like slice them 2 times. Nothing. I just kind of slice chop. So see. All right. Throw those in. Let those cook up. I was probably like 5 pieces of the artichokes. Just the Kroger brand. Not, like I said, sometimes we do better than others. Not like an organic brand. That would be, yes, a better option. All right. And I have some spinach that I had gotten for a salad later this week. So I'm just going to take a handful. And it's literally just, I like these because they're already ready, even though I'm trying to watch plastic. But just take a handful of the spinach, and I think I'll just cut it up a little bit so they're not such big pieces. Even though when they shrivel up so small. So just run the knife through a few times, and then we'll throw that in there. All right, and then let's give that a stir. All right, as soon as that spinach kind of wilts, we can add in. I have tomatoes, can of tomatoes. And then there's the petite dice. That way they're not too big to bite into. We'll drain the liquid because I don't need the liquid for this one. This one we're just going to use more of a olive oil. I can't talk. And herb. Excuse me while I drain this real quick. Mixture for flavoring. If you want a tomato base, you can use the liquid. So I'm just going to pour some of this in here. Give it some tomatoes. Not even the whole can. Just part of it. About, I'd say like half the can, I think. And that was a big one. So if you have a small can, I just happen to have that big can because we use those when we make tomato basil soup. But I just wanted some tomato in there. Yep, that's looking good. All right. So we will add our herbs now, our flavoring. All right, so I have some fresh basil that I was going to use later this week. Another dish, so we'll just take some. That's odd. No one calls the house phone ever, and somebody's calling now. Do y'all have a house phone still? We do for emergencies with the kids, like, you know, we still have a house phone. I know most people don't have I say a house phone, like a landline. I know, it's so 80s, 90s, but we do in case of emergency. So chop up some basil. We love basil. And we'll add that into the dish. All right, and now I'm going to add in some parsley. And this one is organic. I have a variety of organic and non-organic. Now, that would be the better option to go with, but it's, like I said, it's baby steps. Oregano and some thyme. And I just kind of sprinkle it in each one. All right, and these are the thyme leaves. I don't do as much thyme. I do more, lots of basil, lots of parsley, little bit of thyme, and a medium amount of, maybe like a half a teaspoon of oregano, and the other ones are like a teaspoon and a fourth of thyme, not as much thyme. And then we'll use salt and pepper. So for the salt and pepper, I have cracked meal. Now I really like, this is just the black cracked peppers, whole peppers. I kind of like the ones that are speckled different colors, like browns and blacks, but it's just what I happen to have. I guess I'm out of the other one. And then I had a friend tell me about that. This is a really good healthy salt. So we switched to this real salt. I don't know if you can get it at the grocery store. We have like a local granary here, like a health food store. You can get it at a health food. I don't know. I have to see about, because I know I got it at the health food store. But just a little bit of salt. We like pepper. I should say I like pepper. Some of my kids don't. They'll tell me, oh, you made it too spicy. But all right, that's coming along. See, everything's getting nice and soft. Got to give the Brussels sprouts some time. Okay, so now we're just gonna slice up our turkey bacon so it's not big old pieces in there. So I just cut them, I don't know how thick, they're like half, fourth, I don't know, of an inch. And then we'll throw that in there and that'll be a meat. Now we do make this dish sometimes meatless, which is great for when we feel like we should have more vegetarian nights and stuff. We'll do that too. But my kids were so excited. I made this the other day. We had gotten home really late. We had to go see a friend's volleyball game. We got home late and I needed to make dinner real quick, and so I made this because it's so easy and so fast, and it's just literally whatever I happen to have in the fridge I can throw in the pot and be done while they play for a minute and get washed up for dinner. So, oh, here, let me show you. I just kind of cut it like this. And this was 2 packets because, you know, my kids like the dish, and if sometimes there's leftovers, I can't always say, you know, we're a family of 6, so kind of need enough to make sure we can all eat, especially because I have teenage kids and boys, so they are getting hungrier and eat more. All right, we'll let that sit and let the flavors get together. Okay, now we'll check our pasta. As soon as it's soft, which it's not yet. Give it a few more minutes. And then, let's see. I always have to smell our food to see how the spices are blending. I will add more pepper. And then part of me says more garlic. Like I said, I really like garlic in our cooking. So I'll use 2 more cloves of garlic to add in there. Now, if you're one that's like, I don't know what you mean by smell the cooking, then don't worry about it. Like I said, you really can't mess it up. It's just preference. So just stick with what you had, the original like 4 cloves. I'm adding 2 more, so that'll be 6 cloves of garlic in there. Goodness, the wrapper doesn't want to come off. Okay. All right, get that nicely and finely minced. Okay, we'll go ahead and add that to our pan too now. There we go. And give that a minute, and hopefully the pasta will cook. All right. Okay, so like I said, I've never done a Facebook Live. I don't know how it works, but we're trying it. Something new, something fun. I'll give that a second. We're gonna turn that on medium. I kind of had it on medium high. Like I said, I cook everything on high and fast. We'll wait on these noodles. They're starting to get soft, but not as soft as I would like. That is probably the longest thing, is the noodles to cook. Like usual, it's the noodles, not the rest of a pasta dish. That takes time. So as soon as those are done, we'll drain them and then throw in these edamame spaghetti noodles that my husband likes. Now, you could use, instead of these, like we've been doing a low inflammation diet. So, and that's why we've been eliminating the glutens and the dairy and the sugar. So you could do, and we totally do this sometimes. My kids don't love it. It's not their top option, but we will do like zucchini noodles or spaghetti squash noodles. Those ones we do, since this is a healthier option and it's real food, whole food, we would do that and not processed. But because my kids don't love that, we do that sometimes, and I feel like we should have more you know, whole foods in our diet. And if I'm getting lenient on things, then we'll do that. But for the kids' sake, I kind of will do the noodles, since I know they prefer it. It's not their favorite to do it the other way. But if that's where you're at, do that option. It works. What else? What do I typically put in this dish other than that? Really just any vegetables we have on hand. Now, you could do chicken if you want. Now, that's a quick thing. If you're running home and you only have 30 minutes or so to make the dish, then I would just, if you wanted to swing by the grocery store and grab a rotisserie chicken, you can just grab that, shred that chicken, and throw that in this, and then you're done. Or you could go meatless, like I said. You could add, what I like about this is anything you possibly have to it. So if you want to do, you know, real bacon, because you do bacon, we do the turkey bacon, you can do chicken, rotisserie chicken, you could do beef if you wanted, because it's a pasta dish. I mean, what I like about pasta dishes, you can throw anything, it's simple and easy. And I like it since it's not a heavy sauce, it's just the olive oil base with herbs. It makes it lighter and not so heavy, which is good to have. All right, well, live and learn. Next time, I might boil my water first and throw those in, because it's gonna take a minute or two to warm up. So I will tell you, since we'll finish right on time then, is I will add, after the pasta's done, actually my husband did this. It was a great tip and my kids really liked it. I usually just sprinkle it with olive oil, the noodles, and then that's it. And, but he put olive oil, then he added butter. Now for the butter we use in our house, I had a friend tell me, it was great wisdom on food, to use this Kerrygold brand. And let me just say, it's healthier, and I'd love to tell you why, other than it's a grass-fed butter. I don't know, but everyone says it's a healthier option. But let me tell you, it is delicious. It is so good. My kids like butter, period. But this butter is super, super good. So we'll add a tablespoon of butter, I'd say, to the pasta afterwards. And then I like to sprinkle it with some garlic salt and mix that up. And I don't always usually combine my pasta with my sauce, because my old he likes to eat the noodles by themselves. So I usually try to keep it separate, so that it's nice to have a flavor to it. But yes, all right. Let me see how these noodles are going, and then we can. Oh yeah, we're good now. And remember, they'll cook a few more minutes towards the end. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just pour it out, but save the water. So in a drain, I have a strainer. Let me set this down real quick, it's getting hot. I have a strainer with a bowl under it, so it'll keep the water so I can throw those other noodles in for my husband. All right, let me strain these real quick. So I have one noodles done. Now this bowl is the bowl that has all the hot water. Oh, it's super hot. It's steaming. I'm going to pour it back into here without trying to burn my hands. That way I can cook these noodles for my husband. And I won't cook a ton, just because I like them too, so I eat them with them. But my kids, they're not their favorite, so it'll just be for him and me. So I don't need to cook those. Goodness. A ton of them. So out of the package, like half. I'll just do half of them. And that'll just take a few minutes. Those cook really fast. Like 3 minutes it says. So I just kind of keep an eye on those, since the water is hot. I'll keep that on too. It'll be ready. Okay, so now in this bowl that I had the hot water in, I'm gonna put my noodles back in there, because like I said, I have a son that doesn't likes to have the noodles after the dish plain. So just some olive oil in there, and then the garlic salt, like I said earlier, sprinkle some on that. And then butter. Now, we keep our butter in this cute little butter dish so my kids can get to it because they like buttered toast and stuff. So I'm just gonna grab, that was about a tablespoon of butter. And we'll mix that up in there. Let that get some flavor. And he'll be excited that he can eat that. And then let me show you what it'll get a bowl of this. We can turn that off now. All right. Let me scoop some up for y'all so you can see. All right. There you go. So quick, easy pasta dish. I mean, we're talking 30 minutes. Waiting on the noodles to cook is the longest part. And then you're done. You have dinner on quick, fast nights. Whatever you happen to have in the fridge is done. All right, y'all have a good day. See y'all later. Bye.